So the National Peace Council says it is worried that the substantial matter of disbanding political party militias has been put on the back burner as NPP and NDC trade letters. It's been 3 weeks since President Akufo-Addo directed his party, the NPP, and the opposition NDC to meet and find ways of disbanding their militia groups. But what has happened so far is only exchange of letters between the two parties. Chairman, of course, the chairman of the Peace Council, Right Reverend Emmanuel Asante, expressed concern about the development in the following interview with my colleague Bernice Abubedu Lanza on News Desk just a while ago.
Once the two parties have agreed, since that time, we have also received a letter from the president, a letter that everybody knows, suggesting that the two parties themselves should be able to meet without arbiters. We have already written to the NDC and also to the president indicating our preparedness, our readiness to meet should it become necessary for that to be done. At the moment, it seems to me that, we are trading letters. Whilst we're doing that, the issue is not being addressed. We are very much concerned about that. And the NPC is ever prepared. We are ever ready. We will do the best that we can covertly to try and see if we can get the two agree on something that will enable us address that issue. There are so many things that we cannot discuss in public that we have in mind that we are seeking to do covertly. Some of these things, it's not a matter of discussing such things in public before you go to the elders and all that. So we are concerned as you are, and we want to get it going. We will do the best that we can to address the issue. You already know that even before the Ayawaso Ogon issue, the Peace Council, together with the NCCE, EDT, had already conveyed a meeting involving the various political parties.
Exactly.
We have dealt with the issue. We were going to issue a document and send the report to the president on the basis of some of the studies that have been conducted by CDD. You know that at that meeting, I think your representatives were there, and some of your representatives even made comments and all that. So it's not the first time we are dealing with it, and we are not just talking about it because everybody is talking about it. We started talking about this a long time ago, and we will continue to do the best that we can to see what can be done. Right today, I'm very much aware that the Image Shorts Commission has it's finished its job. They'll be writing their report. We'll be very much interested to see what they come up with and bring all these things together to try to see whether something couldn't be done to address this political militia and vigilance, or whatever name you want to give it to. So as far as we are concerned, we will do the best that we can covertly or overtly to try and facilitate sort of a dialogue that will enable us address some of these issues. Unknown to a lot of you, 2012, the Peace Council, together with some groups, some people calling themselves machos or vigilantes for peace, worked together to try as much as possible, even to talk to the very people who were involved in these matters. We did it covertly, unknown to the public, so that people will not use their strength and those kinds of things to promote violence. But we'll continue to work. We'll do the best to use all the facilities available to us and whatever we can do to ensure that.
Reverend Professor Emmanuel Asante there. Now, here in Accra, the issue of party militia and specifically JoyNews' investigation into the DI military group has become a topical issue on other media houses. It even finds its way onto social media trends. But how far has this conversation gone? We've been speaking to people in Kumasi on whether they have a keen interest in this subject.
It's all about party vigilantism, what they know so far, how they feel about it, the disbandment and all, how they think it can be done.
One thing that struck me most in the Manasseh's expose was that there was this guy, I don't know if it was the commander of the group. He came out to say even the president asked about us, and he also comment us for the work they are doing, which is very bad. We came out to say we should disband it. Now, why?
We can disband it, but I think what is also very important is education. Trying as much as possible to educate the Zongo youth and creating employment for them, more or less, yes. Mm-hmm.
And then the recent discovery of people within the castle who were, engaging in military training and all that. Have you heard it? What do you make of it?
I've heard it, and even though I lean a bit towards NPP, but I think this time it's very wrong for them to have done something like that. Yes.
The solution is not about asking them to stop whatever they are doing, but it's much about joblessness. If they are in a company and they are running on a shift, you have to go like work here 8 hours in a day. They will not get time to go to gym to get a very nice body, let me put it that way, nice body to threaten other people. It will just die off itself. It will just die off. So it's much about joblessness.
So the government say we should demand it, but recently this Manasseh video also let us think otherwise. So it means the top hierarchy in the country, they want to meddle with our lives. Because just party issues, then we will give macho men beatings, people and other things. So I think they should do the best to have a remedy to that.
Is it for the benefit of the country or for the benefit of the party? And even if it's for the benefit of the party, because it could be for the benefit of the party and for the benefit of the country. But we have to put the country first before the party.
You think we have to disband them?
Now, like you said before, when it comes to the party vigilantism, I'm not sure if they are interfering with the job of the police or the military. But if they are, then I think they should disband them.
Now, members of Parliament, James Agalga and Atto Panford, making a pledge to join our campaign to disband party militia now, had this to say.
The campaign is well placed. I mean, if you consider the fact that elsewhere, political party vigilantism actually formed the basis for the formation of terrorist groups like the Boko Haram. I mean, if that is anything to go by, any campaign which is designed to rid our country of political party vigilantism, it must be supported by all. And I think that as a party, the NDC has not shied away from the issue of disbanding party vigilantism. Look, militias, if you like, or warlordism, etc. So let's not play with this particular exercise. It's good we've started having the conversation. The calls have been made by the president. We as a party think that, look, there are certain measures that needs to be taken into consideration in order to make those calls for negotiations come to fruition.
Mr. Pamford.
Well, thank you very much, Akajo. I think, for me, I think I stand with the position of my president, that enough is enough. It's about time that we know we have, processes of such civil processes without any kind of such vigilantism and then militia issues or whatever, even though we've not gotten to that militia level. It might grow out of proportion.
Who hasn't got to the militia level?
It might get out of proportion, and then it might be getting to that level that you're talking about. Kojo, I stand here with my president, and I raise up my right hand to say that, I will support the JoyNews campaign for disbandment of the vigilantism. You know, what I would say is that I stand with my people from Shama, and that a peaceful process and a peaceful election as a civil process is what we believe in. And then this government, which I'm part, we will make sure that we have it done by supporting your campaign for the disbandment of vigilantism.
Mr. Zagalga and Panford, there, honourable members of parliament, pledging to join the Disband Party Militias Now campaign. Meanwhile, international relations expert Dr. Vladimir Enchi Danso, however, thinks that the request by the NPP is premature and is encouraging the two chairmen of both parties to meet first.
The NPP could have put those cards down when they meet, that we want the Christian Council, we want this council, we want this to come, and then people will say, okay, we want that, and we want that. We maybe want the smaller parties also to come in. So I believe there's no need at this point to be stretching issues. Let them meet. My personal take is let them meet and then discuss these issues there. Issues about who should be the arbiter, who should be the negotiator, who should be whatever. They would necessarily need an arbiter or a negotiator. The president has not chosen one person. And I believe those of us who have done very little in negotiation, we believe it's one of the ways to go. Go name your own negotiator. The president could have done that, like we did in the Taiwan case. But here it is that they meet and find pathways towards resolution. And I believe they should now do that, irrespective of what interests they have. Their interests will be shown when they meet. And then this one says, I want that. This one says, I believe in that. And then they put it on the table for us all to find a resolution to this cancer.
If I get you right, Doc, you're saying that this NDC letter, the initial one to the president, speaking about the need for a mediator, was premature.
Yeah, somehow, yes. Somehow. I wouldn't use that word, but I'm saying those things they were asking of the president could have been done also when they met today, so that they their own direction. The NPP would accept that, okay, the Christian Council can come in. They are asking for a broader kind of circle. There is a possibility that the NPP will also say, no, let's get an arbiter, let's get a negotiator. Let one person or one institution to be the negotiator. That's how negotiations are done, honestly speaking. But you don't start by trying to show how negotiations would go. Because if you do that, it breaks down very early. There will really be fighting over the venue, who should be who, and what not and what not. If you ask trained negotiators, they will tell you this is a big problem when you are into negotiation. So if the two of them meet straight eyeball to eyeball, and then they decide the roadmap. When they have decided, it may be one negotiator in between them, or one arbiter, or a series of institutions.
Okay.
Then they all agree on that.